There's a cemetery in Mexico where mysterious mummies have been turning up, including the smallest mummy in the world. Is there a mummy in there? And Doubting Dave shows you how to mummify some veggies. Are they still tasty thousands of years later? And he answers your mysteries.
Why is it that when I close my eyes in the dark, I see strange shapes and colors?
Remember Dr. Dolittle? He could talk to the animals. But did you know that animals can talk to us? And they can talk to each other using a secret language that I'm going to decode.
Hey, little guy. What's your name?
Christina, I think the puppy was trying to tell you you should have taken him for a walk.
Oh, yeah? How would you know? Ugh.
I'm in Guanajuato, Mexico, and this is the Santa Paula Cemetery. Strange things have been turning up here. Workers found skeletons when moving some graves, but they also found mummies. The mummies are all in here. They brought them to this place, and now they're on display. Look at them all. Why did some of the bodies turn into mummies, while others in the same cemetery turned into dust? The world's smallest mummy is supposed to be in here, somewhere. The museum's keeper, Carlos, offers to take me to it. It's so tiny, it can almost fit in my hand. He says this is the smallest mummy in the world. The people of Guanajuato have some ideas as to why they turned into mummies.
Well, I heard a story about this woman who was pregnant, and she had her child, and she loved him so much, but her parents killed her because she wasn't married, and she and her baby became immortalized as a mummy.
He says that once there was a bride who was about to get married, but the day of the wedding, the groom didn't show up, so she died of sadness. And that's why she turned into a mummy. So what can you tell me about the mummies? She says that she had a dream once that the murderers killed some people here. As revenge, the criminals were mummified. Those are the mummies that are on display. So why do you think the people here turned into mummies?
Well, some people here believe that it's because a disease was spreading around here, and they didn't want to spread to other people in other places, so they decided to bury the sick people alive. And that's why they're in crooked positions.
Whatever the real reason, these mummies are not like other mummies.
This is where the animals sleep at the Riverbank Zoo in South Carolina. What was that? Could be a big, dangerous wild animal. This is Liz Von Mugendahler. She's here to help me solve the mysteries of animal talk. Do animals really talk to each other using a secret language? And can we figure out how to talk to them?
I actually recorded the sound right here in this zoo.
What kind of animal sounds like that?
Look up.
A giraffe? That sound came from a giraffe. I never knew giraffes made noises like that.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, they talk all the time. Would you like to record them?
Sure. Liz has a special microphone that can record animal secret sounds. It sounds quiet in here, but is it? Or is there something we can't hear?
I think that's about enough.
Thanks. I bet he said, "You're welcome." sounds of the giraffe we recorded last night. I can't hear it, but I can see the sound waves. It's amazing.
It's pretty neat. What we do with a sound that's too low for human beings to hear is we speed it up, and that way we can hear it. So.
That's so cool. So the giraffe really did have something to say.
Oh, absolutely.
What do you think the giraffe's saying? This is my territory. Find me a boyfriend. I'm hungry.
Well, we really don't know. What we do know is that for many, many years, people thought that giraffes were mute, and that's because we couldn't hear them, and we weren't using the equipment that was sensitive enough to actually hear them. And we believe this is true for many different types of animals.
A lot of animals make sounds we can hear, but they also make mysterious sounds we can't hear because they're either too high, ultrasound, or too low, infrasounds, for our ears to pick up. We're going to try to record other animals to see what we get, like these hippos. They also make low infrasounds that we can't hear. Hello, hippo! I'm not hearing a thing.
In fact, other animals would be able to hear them for miles around.
That's so weird. For the first time ever, we'll try to record sounds produced by the golden lion tamarin. Liz believes they make ultrasounds, sounds that are too high for humans to hear.
What you're doing, only a few people in the world have ever done, and I actually think we're the only ones that have ever recorded golden lion tamarin.
Hey, little guy, what's your name? Is there more to what they're saying than meets the ear? Imagine if we heard these in a zoo.
Well, Christina, you are the first person to ever discover that the golden lion tamarin communicates ultrasonically.
That's great, but I wish I knew what they were saying. So, some animals really do make secret sounds, but do they mean anything? I wonder if that means he's angry. I guess I'll have to find out.
Oh, hey. I'm just trying a little experiment. It'll all make sense when you hear this great email I got from 12-year-old Macarena Nutjet of Mar del Plata, Argentina. Take a look on the Mystery Illustrator. Dear Doubting Dave, I've noticed something weird when I go to bed. Why is it that when I close my eyes in the dark, I see strange shapes and colors? Is it just my imagination? Well, Macarena, you are definitely not imagining things. Even when your eyes are closed, they're still busy working. At the back of your eye, on something called the retina, there are millions of little receptors, and they're all attached by little wires to your brain. Most of these receptors get excited by light. When they see light, they send electrical signals to your brain. Then your brain works out what they mean and tells you what you're seeing. But some receptors only respond to black. So when you close your eyes, they go a little crazy. Whoa! When that happens, the light receptors actually send electrical signals to the dark receptors, telling them to calm down. And when your brain gets all those electrical signals going back and forth in the tug of war between your receptors, it sees them as weird shapes and colors. Oh man, not the fuse box again. Okay guys, settle down.
Meet Laura. She's just an ordinary little girl, but she's got an extraordinary friend.
There you are, Star.
You see, Laura's best friend is a star.
Hooray! Gold! Diamonds and pearls!
And when your best friend is a star, anything is possible. Turning the world into a magical place full of adventure and discovery. The Fantastic Tales of Laura's Star on Discovery Kids. Everyone should have something a little magical.
Why didn't everyone buried in the Santa Paula Cemetery turn into skeletons? What was so different about these people? They look pretty scary with their open mouths. I went back to the video vault to dig a little further. It takes a lot of work to turn someone into a mummy. The Egyptians used salt and special oils and spices to preserve the bodies. And they strapped the jaws closed so their mouths wouldn't open.
The mummies in Guanajuato have open mouths. It doesn't seem like anyone specially prepared these bodies to become mummies.
Could our mummies be natural accidental mummies? I don't see any ice or desert here. There's one way to get to the bottom of it.
Animals make all kinds of sounds, including mysterious ones we don't even hear. But do they mean anything?
I'm gonna try to talk to a tiger. Let's hope this conversation stays polite.
Liz says she can prove to me that animals use words.
First thing we're gonna do is record the natural vocalization of the tiger.
Hello.
We record the tiger's growls. Then, Brad takes the recording and edits the growls, jumbling up the sounds.
Brad, edited vocalization.
He didn't react at all.
The tiger doesn't understand anything. It's as if we played him a word spoken backwards.
Brad, normal vocalization.
He's reacting. He must understand the sounds. So, it looks like they have words. Maybe animals also use their secret sounds to talk to each other. For a while, no one could figure out how animals in a group would all of a sudden start running for no apparent reason. Now we know. The giraffes shout at very low frequencies to signal danger. If animals can talk to each other, is it possible we could talk to them?
Yoo-hoo! Why isn't he answering me?
Well, see, you're talking to him in human language, and he speaks hippo language.
But people are figuring out ways of talking to the animals.
Sit.
They're teaching dogs dozens of word commands.
Up.
And they taught Coco the gorilla sign language. She knows over 1,000 signs and understands almost 2,000 words in English. And Alex the parrot has learned to count up to 6.
Four, you're right.
He can also name about 50 different objects.
What is it? Name.
And 7 colors.
Color. Yellow. Good boy.
Liz's idea is to try to create a new language that both animals and humans understand.
Instead of talking to animals in our language, Liz uses their sounds. She's been teaching her horse, Judd, how to talk to her. Liz starts by recording a few of Judd's sounds. Then, by cutting and pasting these sounds, she creates a brand new sound using Judd's voice. She plays back that new sound while tempting Judd with a treat. Judd is smart enough to realize that Liz will give him the treat when he makes that new sound. He's getting it. That's cool.
By using the animal's own sound, we'll eventually be able to teach them hundreds of words and actually have conversations with them.
I'm in Santa Paula Cemetery to find out why some of the bodies here turned into mummies.
Hey, Emilio.
Hola, Raya.
What are you doing down there?
Estoy tomando una muestra de
Emilio is
suelo.
taking soil samples.
Emilio is an archaeologist, and he knows a lot about these mummies.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Maybe he can help me get to the bottom of this mystery. Literally.
These people are preparing to move another grave. I wonder what they'll find. Is there a mummy in there?
No sabemos, probablemente.
He says he doesn't know, but probably. Not all bodies that are buried here are mummies. The conditions have to be just right.
It looks like there's clothes there, but I don't see a coffin. Maybe it decomposed.
So how is it there are mummies in some of the graves right next door? Maybe a soil analysis will give me some answers. I'm at the University of Guanajuato with Dr. Mendoza Diaz. Was it something in the soil that turned the bodies into mummies?
And now for the results.
The soil is very thirsty, meaning it absorbs a lot of water.
Some soils has the capacity to absorb big amounts of water.
In this region, there's a heavy rainy season. It's possible that the rain gets into the coffin and soaks right through the ground, bringing the salt of the earth to the body. Also, rain is acidic, and acid and salt make good preservatives.
Correcto. Esta agua ya saturada penetra en el...
Emilio says the bodies get completely covered in water inside the coffin, and that's why he thinks these people got turned into mummies.
That's one strong possibility for how the bodies got preserved and became natural mummies. No one can be 100% certain why the bodies in there became mummies, but we do know why they were removed from their graves. Their families were too poor to pay for the graveyard fees. And now, they're the most famous people in town. In fact, they're celebrities.
They even sell souvenirs of them.
Question: what could cucumbers and the residents of Santa Paula Cemetery have in common? For an answer to this question, I recommend we consult with an expert. Mr. Pickle. Mr. Pickle was born in a cucumber patch, then picked and brought to a market. Back then, he was known as Mr. Cucumber. Mr. Cucumber was almost at the end of his short life, but just when he was ripest and before he started to rot, he was bought. Now, normally, once a vegetable is picked, it only lasts a few weeks, and Mr. Cucumber was no exception. But there's an amazing liquid that's like a fountain of youth for fruits, vegetables, and even meat. And some people wonder if that's how the mummies of Guanajuato came to be. That special liquid can turn a regular cucumber into a cucumber mummy, also known as a pickle. Here's how you can make your own vegetable mummy, and it doesn't have to be a cucumber. Let's use Admiral Onion. Stir a ton of salt into warm water until it all dissolves. Put your vegetable in the pot. The salt draws the moisture out of the vegetable, and removing moisture is the key to creating mummies. So the vegetable is sure to be completely underwater. Put another container on top of it and weigh it down with something handy. Leave it out like this overnight. Then, rinse off the veggie and put it into a sterilized jar. Fill the jar with vinegar. The vinegar is high in acid, and acid kills bacteria. Bacteria is what makes things rot. Add some garlic and fresh dill for flavor. Now, if you store your pickled veggie in a cool, dark place, they can last for up to 15 months. Now, what's happening to your vegetable right now might be what happened to the bodies in the Santa Paula Cemetery. The bodies would have been suspended in a special preserving liquid. Just like Mr. Pickle, Admiral Onion, Captain Carrot, and all the rest. As far as your own vegetable mummy goes, wait a few weeks, then it's ready to eat. My favorite are the pickles.
What's in the bag?
I brought you a mummy from Guanajuato. Really, I did.
This is a mummy?
It's a mummy lollipop. See? It's made out of sugar.
Have you ever stopped to think what you might do with a mummy if you had one at home? Well, you might use it to cure a headache. That's what they did in the Middle Ages. They used to grind mummies up into powder and use them as medicine. Now, where did I put that lollipop? Well, thanks for watching.
I thought for sure you'd brought me back something gross.
Hey, things aren't always what they seem.